Hey, so what's up, guys? Thanks for being here. I'm gonna go and show you some plays in baseball. I'm gonna show you also. I actually have a very strong parlay in the NBA, and I have some batter props as well. So I'm gonna talk about all of that right now. I'm gonna first let me go live on Instagram. I'm gonna first go live. Sorry, I'm gonna explain something very quickly, like what happened yesterday. So we were on a 13-day winning streak, and then that came to an end yesterday. The day before yesterday, we actually broke even, and then yesterday we were in the green again, very slightly. What's up, Julio? Very slightly, we were in the green. It was a 5-4 day. I'm going to show you the plays right here that we had, and then I'm going to talk about some baseball plays. I'm going to hook you up with two baseball plays, and I have two batter props for no, I'm sorry, four batter props on the under RBIs, and then two batter props for one hit. What's up? Good morning, Patrick. So let me get right into it. So the first one that I called out yesterday, if you were here on the live, I gave a lot of stuff away for free, and I'm going to do that again today. Some stuff, and I'm going to offer you guys some VIP if you guys never joined. I'm going to hook you guys up with that as well. So, anyways, let me just get right into it. Again, that hit for us. This Bo Bichette and Bobby Witt Jr. That hit for us. Normally, I have not been doing these two leg parlays like this for one hits because last year it was not that decent. So yeah. So Julio was saying something about the Dodgers. I didn't take the. I don't think I took the Dodgers yesterday. So, anyways, Bobby Witt Jr. and Bo Bichette, that hit for us yesterday. And then I had Aaron Judge. I shared all of these players, by the way. And then this one I actually shared inside the Discord. The line was shifting towards the Magic. I was talking about this on the live yesterday that I didn't trust the Boston and that Orlando was getting the bulk of the money and the sharp money and all that stuff. And sure enough, they won out. They won straight up. I really liked it at a plus 10.5. The only way I was able to get that was to parlay it together. So I did the under 207. I have not been doing over unders to be honest, but I thought it was going to be okay. Julio Sinos is personal, but okay, cool. So, anyways, I really like this Magic play. I shared it in the Discord. It was awesome because they won straight up, and I had the under. When I saw the score, I think it was like they hit like 193 or 189 or something crazy. So, anyways, that hit for us pretty easily on a two leg parlay. And then this one I shared, I even explained that it was showing as two plays because in this Profit X, they give you a certain amount of money that you can bet, and then you at a certain percentage. So I'm sorry, on the odds. So for example, right here is the odds of 108 and then 109. So I had to do it in split of two to get better odds right here. It's only 1 point, but whatever. Long story short, it was the same play. I explained why I like this play so much. It was the two very strong pitchers. The Dodgers. I explained all of this yesterday. If you weren't watching this, you can go back and check that out. But it was basically two very strong pitchers. I even said that the Pirates might beat the Dodgers, even though that the Dodgers are heavily favored because of something called an on-base percentage and stuff like that. So, anyways, there it is. 5 wins and 4 losses. So it was still very slight green day, which was still happy. Do you have any player picks? I do. Yeah, I'm going to get to it. I'm going to get to that right now. So the first play I'm going to give you guys is going to be the Brewers. Let me see here. This is my new something called Exceladraw. So it's going to take me a little bit to get used to, but I was already working with it yesterday, so you can kind of see. But anyways, let me just get right into it. Just bear with me here. So, all right, so here we go. So the Brewers and the Cardinals, everything lines up on Milwaukee. We're taking the plus 1.5 for the extra cushion. They are underdogs, but the Cardinals are still very cold. Donovan, Arenado, Gorman, they're all hitting under a 220. So the Brewers hitters, they got Bryce Terang hitting at a 4.40. Sonny Gray's type. So Yelich, Hoskins, and Terang are decent right now. And then the bullpen edge, Milwaukee's not perfect, but St. Louis's bullpen is rocking. So basically, the bullpen situation is that the Milwaukee have a big edge You can see right there, the bullpen for St. Louis is 6.6 ERA or 6.06. So Brewers are already. So this is very strong. What's up, Hakiman? So check this out. The Brewers, they're a 42-point differential early this season, way sharper than St. Louis. What that means is that the Brewers have scored 42 more runs than St. Louis this season already in whatever it is, 18, 20 games. Sonny Gray's elite whip can't fully cover Cardinals' lack of offense. So basically what they're saying is, what it's saying here is that Sonny Gray, which is the pitcher for St. Louis, he's very good. However, the lack of offense inside the Cardinals are not going to be able to cover this. So I did all the research already. I looked at all the I was going to go with the money line, but I don't trust the Brewers to win on the money line because of Sonny Gray. So it's going to be a little bit more difficult. So what I did is I actually just got it on the run line at a plus 1.5. So that's what I'm going with for that play right there. All right. Let me show you the ticket. It's right there. So like I said, I got the Brewers at a plus 1.5. So I explained this yesterday also, guys. If your bankroll is not telling you to bet $100 or $75, somebody asked me yesterday, they said, should I put up $178 to win 100? My answer to that is that you have to go based on your bankroll. So on my bankroll, $75 is actually 3%. So that's what I'm doing right now, $75. I was doing 2%, which was $50. I had a 13-day winning streak, so I raised it up because I was winning money. And now my bankroll says that I can go with $75, and that's the way I'm doing, the $75 right here. Yeah, Julio. Julio's the one that asked. All right, cool. So let's keep going here. So the next game, guys, is going to be simple numbers game. San Diego has all the momentum. They've been winning a lot of games. Padres have 17 and 9. I was looking up this Padres already, and they're one of the better teams this season so far. And they're 19 and 30 at Petro Park. So the bullpen over here says best. This is the best unit on the slate. I don't know how true that is, but this is just overall. The bullpen is the best bullpen for today. There is a lot of games. There's almost 18 different games. It took me like an hour and a half today to find a couple of plays. So there was a lot of stuff there. There's a lot of question marks. There's a lot of contradictions and stuff like that. So, okay, Julio says, how much should I bet? I'm up $425. It doesn't matter how much. It doesn't matter how much you're up. It depends on what your total bankroll is. So let's say you have $1,000. 2% of that is $20. So if you're at $2,000, 2% of that is $40. So I hope that makes sense. It doesn't matter how much you're up. It depends on what your total bankroll is. So if you ever lose, you're only losing 2 to 3%. MGM has it at minus 185. It's too juiced. May parlay with Aaron Judge hit or something. Okay, cool. Yeah, so Patrick is saying that it's juiced at the plus 1.5. I'm sorry, yeah, the plus 1.5. You can do money line if you want. I'm not doing the money line. I'm doing plus 1.5. I was able to get it at. Let me show you. I was able to get it at a minus 166 on DraftKings. That was earlier today. I don't know what the line is now. So Almighty Jew saying, what did you miss? So what you missed is that we're going with what is this? The Milwaukee Brewers at a plus 1.5. And then this is the second play I'm looking at right now. I'm explaining the San Diego bullpen, again, has one of the better bullpens. ERA of 1. Sorry, I'm trying to still get used to this. So 1.51 ERA. So that says it's filthy, which is crazy. Rays are good, but not this good. 2 of 9. This is very important. They're 2 and 9 in their last 11 games. Okay, so check that out. Also, check out Dylan Cease. He's starting for Tampa Bay, and his ERA is 6.04, and his WHIP is 1.50 coming in. Padres lineup is, man, if you've been keeping up with baseball, you know that Tatis, we've been going with him for a while to get one hits. Machado hit for us the other day. Pepiot right there, absolutely firing right now. So we're taking the Padres money line in this situation. Any scraper in from the Wild versus VK? I would have to check. I ran the scraper yesterday, but I would have to get out of this, and I'm not going to do that right now. I'm still learning how to use this program, so I don't want to mess it up while I'm still working. But I do have some information on NHL. So let's see. Padres is the where we're going with. So the first one again, guys, was the Brewers at a +1.5, and then I'm taking the Padres to win money line. All right. So then we have a very strong 2-leg parlay in the VIP today. It's going to be a mix between baseball and basketball. You could get that at beastsportspicks.com. You can check us out for one day if you want right here. Also, if you've never checked us out, you can get the free stuff right here. Go to the link in the description or go to beastsportspicks.com, and then you can get free picks right there. We post a lot of free stuff. Yeah, like I said, yesterday was a 5-4 day. The day before that was a break-even day. The 13 days before that were all in the green. So we're giving away a lot of free stuff. It's not always going to be like that, but for now, you can still get free picks right here. Also, check out the VIP right here if you want to check us out for one day. I do have some other picks as well. And then my business partner is actually looking at some other plays that I'm going to point out right here in this video, in this live. So anyways, VIP one day, if you want to check out the 1 week pass, you would type in the word Beast Week to get 50% off. And then you got the 1 month pass if you guys want to do that. Also in the Discord, we throw a lot of stuff in there. I'm not going to go in there right now, but there's a lot of people posting stuff. If anybody's in the Discord, in the comments, if you want to put that in there, I would appreciate it. We have a lot of people inside the Discord, and a lot of people are posting their plays, and they're posting their wins and stuff like that. There's a lot of stuff right there. What do you think about the Yankees? I would have to go back. Again, I have some research. I have some stuff like that, but I'm not going to go into it right now. I can see once I'm done with this, I can see about doing that, but I have a couple of more things I want to talk about first. So anyways, I do have a very two-leg parlay in the VIP today. I already posted it. It's a baseball play and NBA play combined. Basically, two of the strongest teams on the board today combined together. All right. So very quick reminder, we never chase anything. So like, for example, yesterday I was actually feeling the need that I needed to jump on there and try to place another bet because I saw some teams were not going to cover and not going to win. So then you always get that little urge to try to chase and try to make up the losses and stuff like that. So again, a quick reminder, you never want to be chasing. I explained yesterday the Cubs. For me, I grew up loving the White Sox. I'm from Chicago, but I don't give a shit. I mean, honestly, there is no emotion anymore for me at all. It's like I can go with the White Sox today. I can go with the Cubs tomorrow. I can go against the White Sox today. I actually went to a White Sox game. I was there live, and I was betting against them. Like, I don't care, and I'm a White Sox fan. It doesn't matter. And I just go based on what the data says. So again, guys, this is actually for the video, but I'm going to start doing something called the lock of the day. So whatever you guys are looking at, whatever you guys want me to look at, you would type in the word lock of the day, and then I can kind of go in there and check it out for you guys, and we can start doing that inside the not these lives, but on the video themselves. Also in the video, once I do these videos, once we get to 50 likes, I'm gonna start giving away free VIP membership. So again, I'm not quite doing that. So make sure you, in order for you to get that, go to YouTube, type in Beast Sports Picks. Let me see if I can write that out actually. So it's Beast Sports Picks. Let me go in here. Type this in the link in the description. You're going to see that there's a link right here. You can type in, you can click on this little play button right here. That'll take you to YouTube. Make sure you subscribe on YouTube. Whenever I post a video, I'm going to be giving away free VIP. So what I was doing is actually giving away $50, but I'm going to actually it's the same $50 value, but I'll just be giving 1 week free VIP for somebody that comments in the video. What was the look for today? What's up, Bob? What's up, Richard? Maple Leafs and Senators. What was the lock of the day? I don't have any lock of the day. I gave you 2 of them already. What I was trying to explain though, is whatever you guys have, if you can comment on it, Tell me what you think inside the videos, and then we'll be discussing that inside the comments of the videos. I hope that makes sense. So these right here, these are just leans. Do not quote me on these. Do not take these unless you do your own research. I don't want you coming tomorrow and saying, "Hey, what the hell? Why did you give me this weak ass Guardians or these weak ass Angels or these weak ass Rangers?" Whatever. It doesn't matter. I'm just telling you these are just leans. These are just something that we're taking a look at. And then the biggest differential right here is the I don't have any player props, Jay. For I have player props for baseball, not for basketball. Normally, what I will tell you is look at Shea Alexander for 25 points. What I love doing all season was putting Shea Alexander to get 25 points. He pretty much hit that all season long, like 95% of the time. And then I was parlaying that with the team itself. So, anyways, the biggest run differential today is the Reds. They're supposed to hit six, almost 7 runs, and then you got the Rockies almost 5 runs. So what that is, there's a big differential here. It's a flip flop, meaning the Reds are supposed to score 2 more runs than the Rockies when these are projected scores. Again, I'm not that does not mean go with the Reds. I'm just telling you what I'm looking at. Also, these things here, it's the Guardians. I was looking at them. There's 2 games today. It's a doubleheader. You got the Angels, the Rangers, and the Braves. That's who we're looking at as well. But again, we're not quite done with that yet. All right, let me get into the player props. So these under RBIs have been hitting extremely very high rate. The problem is sometimes if one guy gets an RBI, it kills the parlay. So another thing is that they're very expensive. You can see that these are 404 odds over here. So the problem with this again is that they're very expensive. If you combine 2 of them together, it's still like a minus 190, minus 180, minus 200. But these are hitting at such a high rate. These are hitting at such a high rate that it still makes sense to do a 2-leg parlay, even if they're losing, because the wins outmatch the losses. So I hope that makes sense. So don't be salty if one guy doesn't get an RBI, and then the other guy does, and then it kills the parlay. The overall picture, these have been hitting very strong. All right, Michael Taylor from the White Sox. You can see, I'm not going to get into all the details, but this dude hits at 100% hit rate. He only gets up to bat about 2 to 3 times. You can see this game, he only went up to bat once. This game, he went up to bat once. So he's all the way down at the bottom of the lineup. He does not get RBIs. In the 19 straight games on the road, he has not gotten an RBI. White Sox is one of the worst teams to get on base. He's faced this pitcher 6 times and he's got 0 hits. So there's everything is telling me this indication this dude is not going to get an RBI. I doubt he would even get a hit, but not an RBI, even less. All right, next guy is going to be Nick Ahmed from the Rangers. I'm parlaying both of those guys together. So Michael Taylor from the White Sox, and then I'm parlaying it together with Nick Ahmed. Same thing with this guy, 90% hit rate. He only gets up to bat about 2 to 3 times. He has not gotten this line in 9 straight games. He's faced this pitcher twice, and then he's averaging 0. He has not gotten a hit off this dude. Also against left-handed, I'm not going to get into all the details, but he's at a negative number for WRC plus. What that means is that if there's a batter on base, he does not do his job to get him in. And he does not do RBIs. That's my bottom line. That's what it is. Jacob Young from the Nationals, you can start seeing that these teams don't get hits. So White Sox don't get hits. Rangers get a little bit more hits, but not much. And then the Nationals, they don't get hits either. So we don't care about none of that. We just care about this one dude that is not going to get an RBI. So if the guys before him are not even getting hits, it's less of a chance that this dude is not going to get an RBI, if that makes sense. 3 to 4 times plate appearance per game. In 10 straight games at home, he has not gotten this line. And that's it. So those are 3 guys, and then the 4th guy is Dane Myers, the last guy right there. and he did get 3 RBIs right here in this one game. So look at the score though. It went 21 runs total. So of course he was going to get some RBIs. I mean, pretty much everybody on that team probably got an RBI because they scored so much. But that is not the standard. You see what I mean? Look at this. They scored 4 over here, 6 here, 5 here. Sorry. They scored 4, 6, 7, 11. My point is this, they don't score that much. And that one game that he had 3, they scored 11. So that was just a one-off game. Dane Myers is not going to get an RBI, in my opinion, today. 90% chance he's not. He's only facing the plate 3 to 4 times. He's failed to get an RBI 12 of the last 14 games on the road. So this is going to be a very strong play right here for me. You can see how expensive this is because of, look at this. It goes all the way to minus 769. So anyways, like I said, you parlay that with this guy and you're going to get it down to about 190 or 200. And I don't mind taking that because it's hitting at a 90 or 100, between 85 and 90% hit rate. So it makes sense to do that because even if you're only making half of the money, like if you put up $100, for example, you get 50. You do that 9 times, it covers the losses. I hope that makes sense. So if you guys like that sort of information, make sure you subscribe. If you haven't done so, go to YouTube and type in Beast Sports Picks or whatever platform you're on. Make sure you follow. I'm going to do my best to try to come live at least 6 times a week. And that's what I was doing on TikTok before they banned me. So actually, I got to remove this. This is my new TikTok, but I'm going to be honest. I'm not throwing any sort of time over there at all. All my time is being invested inside of YouTube. So go to the link in the description or beastsportspicks.com. Click on this little play button right here, and then that'll get you into YouTube. It'll ask you to subscribe. You say yes. And then right after that, you're going to put in where it says free picks. Make sure you get the free picks and then check us out on VIP and then the Discord as well. All right. I got 2 batters for you guys. I actually parlayed these together because they are kind of expensive. And then I also bought them single-handedly as well. So I got Steven Kwan to get 1 hit. This dude is supposed to get 2 hits. The books are saying he's going to get 2 hits. But all I care about is him to get 1 hit. Okay. So check this out. 90% hit rate. He only missed this 1 game right here. And even if we go further out, last 20 games, look at this. He gets 1 hit. He's the first batter for the Cleveland Guardians. Cleveland Guardians are supposed to win today. He's going to get a chance to get up at bat. Look at this. For the entire season, he's only missed 4 games without a hit. The last 20 games, 3 games. Last 10, only 1 game without a hit. This dude gets hits. I've been following this dude for 3 years now. I'm telling you, this dude gets hits. 4 to 5 plate appearances when they start doing the good. He's exceeded this line 7 straight games at home. He's faced his pitcher 9 times and he's gotten 2 hits. That's an average of 286. And versus right-handed pitchers, he gets an average of almost 4 hits out of every 10. So this dude is very, very strong to get 1 hit. He's actually, like I said, he's actually supposed to get 2 hits today, according to the books. All right, the next one is Fernando Tatis Jr. If you've been following me, you know this dude. I've been taking this dude to get 1 hit for a while. Fernando Tatis, you can see you can get him on Price Picks for 137. But like I said, I parlayed them together with Kwan, and I also did them single-handedly. And again, I don't mind paying this juice of 280, and I don't mind paying the juice of 270. Now, if you've never heard me talk like this, it's for a reason. If these dudes are hitting at such a high rate, they have to be hitting at an 80 or 90% hit rate on these plays in order for this to make sense. If you're paying this much juice, but it is hitting this high of a hit rate, and that's why it makes sense. Otherwise, I would definitely not touch it. So, anyways, I parlayed them together. I don't have the slip in front of me, but I think it was like minus 130 for both of them together. Fernando Tatis Jr. and Steven Kwan. Is that game 1 or 2? Good question. It's the one for 1 o'clock. I'm sorry. Yeah, 12 p.m. my time. All right, let me close this out, and then I can answer some questions now. Any player props? Yeah, so the player props, like I said, you would go for basketball. I would say go with Shea Alexander for 25 points. Let me just kind of go in there and show you what I mean and why it's so powerful too. I'm not going to do it today because I already have the Thunder on another play, but I'll show you what I mean. Why this dude is so strong. Hold on. Why is this taking so long? Give me a second. All right, so I'm going to go to Shea Alexander. This dude should be the what do you call it? MVP this year. All right, so look at his line is actually at 31.5. So the books are saying he's going to get 32 points. So you're going to buy that back to 25. And what you do there is alt line is not even going to give me the option. Let me see, 24.5. Yeah, so it's super expensive at 24.5. But again, if you parlay that with the team itself, you can probably buy it back to like a minus 6.5 or something like that. They're currently at a minus 14.5. So you can see he's hit this line pretty much 80% of the time in the last 10. That includes the playoffs. So this dude's hitting. Look at this. The last 20 games, 25 points. It's easy for this dude pretty much. Even in the playoffs, he's scoring between 27 and 31 points. He got over here 40, 31. His line is actually 32 points. So for him to get 25, you can see how expensive that is. So you would do this guy and parlay that with something else. What about the money line Guardians? Good question. Let me see if I can pull some information up. One of the guys, the guy that I work with that does all my scrapers and stuff like that, he doesn't work on the weekends. I actually just told him for baseball. I'm not gonna pay him for the weekends because it's literally just come in and do baseball. But I do have some other scrapers that I use myself. So let me go in there and try to get that. Give me a second. Go to the link in the description, guys. Go to where it says free picks. I see 3 people signed up, so I appreciate that. Also, go to YouTube and subscribe. All right, let me go into MLB. Give me a second. Let me just pull this up. This was last night. All right. So just so you guys can know, I have a lot of scrapers. I've been talking about this for a while. You can see right here, I actually have 2 MLB files attached. It says I get these emails directly at night, every night. And then sometimes it doesn't give me all the resources. So I have to run it again. But it's all automated. And check this out. Okay, so somebody's asking me about the Guardians money line. So like I said, there's that was part of one of the first ones that I mentioned as far as a lean. So let me go back in here and then I'll show you. So the Guardians was listed over here as a lean. Let me see what the line is. Hold on. But let me try to go and figure this out. Guardians. So basically what I'm looking at, like I said, is it's telling me to look at the Guardians. So check this out. It's telling me based on the information, the Cleveland Guardians are a better choice to win. The Guardians are 14-10, 7-2 home record. Cleveland has won 7 of the last 9 games against Boston. Boston is coming off a 5-game winning streak before their most recent loss. Stephen Kwan, like I said, I'm going with that guy today. Kyle Manzardo, he's got 7 home runs, 18 RBIs. He leads the Cleveland's offense. Boston's scheduled starter is struggling with a 7.66 ERA. Damn, I didn't know that. That's crazy. That gives it a lot more juice, man. I'm starting to like this a lot more now. So thanks for that one, Julio. I'm gonna go look at the bullpen. I'll go look at the bullpen and see if we can get this one. So check this out. Despite historical success, Cleveland Red Sox are 14-13. They have Alex Bregman performing well, 3.1 average, 19 RBIs. Rafael Devers is in a slump. So I'm gonna tell you straight up that one day I went to the baseball game. It was the Red Sox versus the White Sox, and I actually had the Red Sox, and I saw they looked like shit. They ended up losing to the White Sox that game, 11-1. So it was crazy. If you're losing to the White Sox 11-1, there's something there that's off. So Guardians have an excellent home record, 7-2. Basically, it's just kind of rewarding all of this into one paragraph. So I'm gonna go and try to see if we can confirm this play right now. If you guys would like that, please comment. Also, go on the link in the description. Click on this little play button right here. That'll take you to YouTube. Once you're on YouTube, you would just click on subscribe. Make sure you subscribe. Also, make sure you don't snooze on this free picks. I don't know how much longer I'm going to be doing that. I do have a lot of clients already. We got people like 40, 50 people in the Discord. This was I was using as a like getting people in the door kind of deal, but I don't know how much longer I'm going to be giving away free picks, to be honest. So, anyways, make sure you take care of that while we're still doing that. And then check out VIP right here and then the Discord. Discord is the best value for your buck, $10 a month, and you get access to a lot of information. So Bob says, I've been with Beast for 6 months and I have a steady extra income. Thanks, Bob. Bob, I actually interviewed Bob and I have a video of us talking. And I'm going to be sharing that a couple of more times. I actually want to interview more of you guys that are making money. But I appreciate the comment. Thanks for the info. This guy says, Julio, you're welcome. We got a scammer on here from, what is this? Somebody's scamming. What is this? Twitch. It's always from Twitch, man. People are fucking scamming the comments. All right. So Patrick is saying take the Guardians money line for the first 5 innings, game 1. All right. So you can see all the comments, guys. Look at this. Julio says, win or loss, I'm taking off. You guys have a nice, great day. All right, cool. You're welcome. Denver Nuggets, 6+, 6.5. No, I don't like the Nuggets today. They lost the other day. Ralph says, how are you doing? Come on, I came in late. What did you miss? So what you missed is I gave away some picks and some player props. I'll go through it again. I'll go through it real quick. I'm not going to go through all the details, but basically we took the Brewers at a +1.5. Some people said it already got too juiced, so they're not taking it, but I was able to get it at 166. Then I explained the Padres right here. I'm not going to go through that again, but we took the Padres to win on a money line. So that's going to hit, hopefully. And then we got a very strong 2-leg parlay in the VIP. I have a 2-leg parlay. It's probably the best team, one of the best teams in baseball, one of the best teams in basketball. I'll tell you like that. And that's going to be inside the VIP, 1 day pass, 1 week pass, 1 month pass. You can go check that out. That's at beastsportspicks.com. Okay. And then I just explained some stuff here. And then here's some of the leans that we're looking at. The Guardians. I'm starting to think that we should take the Guardians. There's a lot of people here. I'm here to fade the Brewers. Hey, man, good for you. You can do whatever you want. This guy's saying he's going to fade the Brewers. Good luck with that. All right, so here we go. Let's see. I'm going to look for somebody's asking about the Guardians game 1. Hey, this looks good, man. The Guardians actually flip-flop from an underdog to a favorite. That's great. That's actually very good for game 1. I'm going to take the Guardians. So thanks for that one, Julio, or whoever put that out there. Cool. So I'm taking the Guardians too. So let me put that in here. That's where we're going with, guys, too. So I'm taking Guardians money line. They're actually, what is this? They're actually at a +102. So they were at a +102. So they're actually pretty much at a pick 'em. And what that means is that you can get them pretty cheap. So what you might want to do is actually parlay it with the Dodgers or get the Guardians at a +1.5. So there's options here because they're so cheap. As far as the odds. So I'm taking the Guardians at the money line. I'm taking Padres money line. I'm taking the Guardians at a +1.5. All right, guys, give me a second. I got to open this door. Give me 1 second. I'll be right back. right, guys. Sorry about that. So I'm going to share some batter props again. I've already talked about it. I'll go in here, Michael Taylor. I'm going to go on the under RBI from the White Sox. I'm going to go with Texas Rangers, Nick Ahmed, under 1 RBI from Texas Rangers. Jacob Young from the Nationals, under 1 RBI. And then we got Dane Myers, under 1 RBI. And then again, we got Steven Kwan to get 1 hit. And then we got Fernando Tatis Jr. to get 1 hit. I also like Shea Alexander for 25 points. This dude gets this all the time. So what I might do is just do I'll probably parlay this together with the OKC to win, or OKC minus 2.5 or 3.5 or something like that. And then I'll get Shea Alexander for 25 points. All right. Any questions, guys, before I go? Let me know. Go to the link in the description, guys, and then click on the YouTube button, and then that'll get you subscribed over to YouTube. That's where I'm posting all my stuff. That's where I'm dedicating my time. I am streaming across 4 platforms right now, but my effort and time goes into YouTube. So make sure you go over here in the link in the description, click on YouTube. Also, make sure you get the free picks. Inside the free picks, I've been sharing a lot of stuff. Like I said, I'll mention it one more time, is that we had a 13-game winning, or 13 days in the green, and then we broke even 2 days ago, and then yesterday we actually started winning again. So it was a winning day, very slight. It was a 5-4 day, and then today I have some strong picks as well. We don't force anything over here. I've been doing this for a long time, and I don't force anything. If I like it, I like it. If I don't, I don't. But I don't force anything. And if you go to the Discord, there's a lot of information there. There's about 50 people plus that are sharing a lot of stuff, a lot of knowledge, a lot of chatter that's in there for strong plays. And then every day we're posting our wins, and we're sharing all the wins that are in there. So people are making money, people are happy, people are in there. And again, guys, if you guys want the information that I just shared, like the final edge, then you'll get the information directly in your inbox, and that'll give you the breakdown of every game. So that's also there. And if you want the player props, the stuff that I just showed you, like for example, this stuff here, that's called Outlier, and that link is in the description for that as well. All right. I don't see any more comments coming in. Let me see if anybody's signing up. If anybody's signing up, I'll stick around for a little bit longer. If not, I'll be out of here. All right. We had 4 people sign up. I appreciate that. Jay and Hood. Okay. Appreciate that. All right. Any questions, guys? Anybody? No? Anybody have any questions before I go? Nope. All right. All right, guys. Let's have another great day. All right, guys. Let's have another great day. It's been a winning so far. This month has been in the green. Let's keep that going. Let's make some money, guys. See you guys tomorrow. If not, for sure Monday. Let's have a great day. Thank you.